Hello and welcome to a new season of ChazzyBurger Plays Dominions 4. I want to first of all apologise. I'm unable to continue with my previous Let's Play due to the fact I actually have lost the data on my hard drive of all the episodes that I'd recorded and all of the save data as well, so we're a bit screwed for that. Anyway, I was looking through the comments for the original series, and Gloryfire21 was saying, maybe try the same faction but the next age. I think that's what we're going to do. You've got a little bit of the initial idea what the game's like. So this time, we're going to make Middle Age Ulm. So in the Middle Ages, civilization has continued to make progress, and modern technologies like iron are now available to most nations. Doesn't mean all the nations have it. Some things like Pangaea still don't really have that much iron because they're still, they're revelers. They're just going about the place. They're satyrs. They don't even know what they're doing. So mages have lost some of their former power, and magic resources are not quite as abundant. But that's good for us because we're going to be playing as the Forges of Ulm. Ulm is a human kingdom famous for its steel. They use heavy infantry and heavy knights. Even their crossbowmen use heavy armour. Their smiths, earth mage of limited skill, are able to forge magic items at reduced cost. The priests of Ulm are weak though, so we're going to have to adapt our gameplay because of that. So, Ulm is a young kingdom risen from the Ulmic tribes conquered by the fallen empire of Ermor. Ermor is very interesting. Think of them like the Roman Empire of our history, except come this point in history they've actually fallen to the underworld and been corrupted, and now pretty much they're just a land of dead. The Ashen Empire of Ermor. Yeah, from the ashes of Ermor emerges a new kingdom true to its ancient legacy, the Enigma of Steel. So pretty much we are a race of stocky humans. Production bonus in all castles, so castles are great for us. We get heavy infantry, crossbows, knights, and superior armor. Magic is earth, fire, rarely air and astral. Superior magic item forging. Smiths are not affected by drain scales. So what does it say here? Their infantry use full plate or chain made from black steel. The feared Black Knights of Ulm are the most heavily armored troops known to man. The leaders of Ulm have never approved of magic, and only the master smiths are allowed to use it. The smiths are used to working conditions that are magically unfavourable, and are therefore not adversely affected by province of a strong drain dominion. So maybe, I think that is what we're going to do, is we're going to have a drain dominion. Now what a drain dominion does is it makes it so that magic is harder to cast. So magic is fatigues you more to cast spells, but your magic resistance is increased. So it takes I'm not sure about the exact things, but it probably takes 1.75 times as many fatigue to cast spells it usually would. But you get maybe +3 magic resistance from having a -3 drain. Also, it gives us a lot of design points. So what we're going to do is we're going to select our physical form. I'm not entirely sure what I'm wanting for a physical form. I'm kind of tempted maybe to take someone a bit fighty. But then I'm not sure. I was also thinking about maybe the Forge Lord, and using that we'd be able to send out plenty of heroes to do our bidding. There's also the Son of Fenrir. I quite enjoy the Son of Fenrir. He's a very good early game because he's got this 10 fear, so that any nearby enemies turn to flee, and that's brave beyond belief. So that's always pretty good. You can't really complain about that, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I'm not entirely. This is going to be more of an introduction episode as well. Yeah, I'm really not sure what to play. We could go for the Idol of Men yet again. But no, I think I'm wanting to play as the Forge Lord. So the Forge Lord is a crippled god, mutilated, imprisoned, and given tools of smithing. He served the previous Pan Creator, but was forgotten and left for dead. During the Eons, the Forge Lord learned his craft and became a true master when it comes to forging magic items and mundane tools. Now his skills will serve both the farmers and savants of his kingdom. When forging magic items, he requires fewer magic gems than an ordinary mage. The Forged Lord has a reformed foot since his days in the service of the Pancreas. So, we start off with 1 level of fire, 2 levels of earth, 11 research ability, 7 fire resistance, Master Smith, which means we can add 1 to every single magic path. So technically, whenever we make an item, we have 3 earth and 2 fire. So we probably want to learn a lot more magical paths, just so we'll have like the base stats, and we can maybe build magical boosters from that. And by building magical boosters, they increase your whenever you're wearing it or using it, they increase your knowledge of a selected magic path by 1 or 2. So then if we increase that by 1, we technically have 2 more than we should do, thanks to that Master Smith. We also have the Forge bonus of 2, so this means that everything we make, we take off 2 gems. And then of course we have our Affliction, Battle Wounds, a Limp, which gives us -4 action points, -1 attack, and -1 defense. But even still, the Forge Lord is pretty powerful. What you can do as well, in fact I'm not going to spoil that for you. So yes, we're going to be playing as the Forge Lord of Ulm. I think it seems rather fitting, to be perfectly honest. And with that, we're actually going to make him dormant. We're going to increase our dominion, so that our dominion is nice and lovely. We're going to pop up our dominion to 6, because you never really want to go below 6. I think we're going to go for 6220303. Because if we go down to cold, we'll get more points. That's true. We don't really lose anything other than supplies and some income. Yeah, okay, we're going to go down to 1 cold, because I quite enjoy cold. Hopefully we'll be against something like the Citus, or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to buff up the earth to 4, so we can get the reinvigoration. Reinvigoration. One thing I will say is, the bless effects you get at the beginning never change. It doesn't matter if you get more points, a certain thing. Your bless effects are all based on what you start the game with. And actually from that I might lower the growth death scale to 2, because there's always the fact that we could find across a nice what throne is it? Throne of Summer, I think, gives you a +1 to growth, or is that +1 to the heat scale? I'm not sure. It's been quite a long time since I've played this, I will admit, but I'm sure we'll be alright. So on top of that, I'm going to give us Astral 4, so all our blessed troops have magic resistance of 1, reinvigoration of 2, get a fire up to 4, we'll have an attack skill 2. With the last few points, I'm going to get 1 skill in air, and should I get it in nature or water? I'm going to get in nature. Okay, so this is our god. We're going to name him. What shall we name him? Stelion. No, we're not going to name him Stelion. That'd be silly. We're going to name him Forger of Empires. That's his name. All praise Forger of Empires. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to buff up these Thrones of Ascension to we're going to buff it up to 5. No, sorry, 6 points. No, we'll keep it 5 actually. We're going to make it so that there is it's going to be 5 level 1 thrones, so you can control a level 1 throne, or thrones, but it's still going to be a level 2 throne. So there's going to be 7 ascension points in total, and there's 3 different people. So you only need 5 ascension points to win the game. So there could be 4 thrones? Yeah, you'd only need 4 thrones to win the game. It's over half, but I think that seems to be fair. Other than that, everything seems to be fine. So we're going to start generating the map. And we shall hopefully be able to bring Ulm into a glorious stage of conquest and bring in the Age of Man yet again. Now, as the Forge Lord is going to be dormant for the first year or so, we're going to have to do without him, but he's not really a sort of fast expansion kind of guy. We're going to be building up, not slowly, but pretty slowly. We're going to be having a look at all our infantry. We're going to be looking at all of our different things like that. So yeah, hopefully everything will be fine. And if not, who cares? We'll make sure everything's fine. So we're just waiting for the random map generation to finish. So it's fine tuning. In the beginning there was chaos, and now the wheel has turned once again. Spring in the first year of the Ascension Wars. Now let's have a look at the start. Okay. I'm gonna say that there's probably a underwater nation, because there's two... Oh no, that's only the one, because it's a wraparound map. So there's one throne underwater, there's two thrones underwater. Okay, so there's probably an underwater nation. We've started in a relatively good position actually, we're kind of near a Throne of Ascension. So you're a spy, that's lovely. Okay, so we're going to immediately send you to the Throne of Ascension. So here we have our first commander, Pons, the commander of Ulm. Commanders of Ulm, clad in thick armour. And let's have a look at his protection strat. Yeah, 18 protection. So like a knight would have a protection of 20, he has 18. That is not bad. Let's have a look. Now these are the knights they were on about. The black knights, they have protection of 21, 15 hit points, 13 strength, 12 attack skill, 13 defense. They've got a lot of movement, 18 movements, encumbrance of 4, so they do take a lot of encumbrance, and magic resistance of 9. Now, with the drain, they'll have a higher magic resistance. So the Black Knights are the knightly members of the Black Order, the most formidable military units of mankind. Their full plate armor is made of black steel, and as is the barding of the horses. Only the strongest warriors are allowed to become members of the Black Order. Okay, now the thing is, they are not blessed. So anybody who is blessed, I don't think there is actually, if I remember correctly. So yeah, well, but the thing is, we will have a lot of different units to choose from. Mostly these big black plate infantries. And war dogs. Oh, look at the little war dogs. In Ulm, dogs are trained for warfare and dressed in male bardings. These war dogs are not very reliable units, but they are less expensive than humans. So yeah, it's an animal and it's an undisciplined animal. So that means we must have a Beastmaster somewhere. Quite probably. Where is it? No, I don't see it. So, a Lord Guardian. The Guardians are entrusted with the security of the mighty keep of Ulm. Since the emergence of the Black Priest and construction of the Black Temple, they have received increased status as destroyers of heresy. The priests of the Iron Faith have successfully imbued mundane weapons with divine might. These black steel halberds are given to the Guardians to smite the unholy heretics. Iron, not flesh, is held sacred in the Iron Faith. The swing of the black halberd strikes enemies of the faith with exhaustion as divine powers collide. So extra effective vein of heresy, which we can't actually see. Okay, so it does armor piercing, does stun damage, so it gets fatigue, goes through armor, stun damage, only affects sacred units. Okay, so any units that's sacred will be stunned for 15 fatigue damage. An area effect of 1. Will hit 1 square, so anything in 1 square will be hit by it. Halt Heretic. This being is surrounded by an aura that awes and frightens sacred beings of other faiths. The chances of being affected by the awes determined by the attacker's morale. A unit with high morale is more likely to ignore the awe effect, so it's like basic awe. It only works on blessed units of other faiths. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot more units than we did last time. They're going to be better protected, but the other thing is they're going to be costing a lot more resources to finish. See, like, some of our infantry will have hammers, they'll have chainmail, they'll have shields and stuff. Some of them will have gigantic mauls. These guys also have chainmail, but I don't think they're quite as well protected. Well, no, they've got the same protection stat, but they don't have the shield. So they're not going to be able to... Actually, they've got less encumbrance as well. That must be the half helmet. So they don't have a good helmet and they don't have a shield, so they're going to obviously get encumbered more often. But first of all, let's have a look at our army. So in Pons, the commander of Ulm, he has 8 units of Ulmish infantry with the battle axe. He's got 8 units of pikemen. And how many squads can he take? He can take 1 more squad. So we're going to get him to stay behind his troops. We're going to get our pikemen to hold. Possibly set them in a line formation. Can they take lines? No, they can't. I'm still going to put them in a line formation though. We'll keep the battle axe men in this formation. We're going to keep the axemen behind the pikemen. We'll have the pikemen hold an attack. But we'll put the pikemen slightly to the right. Okay, so both units are going to hold, and then they're going to attack. And yeah. So basically what's going to happen is they're going to stay there, and they're going to wait for the enemy to come to them for 2 rounds, and then they're going to start moving. Hopefully what it will mean is any fast units will get hit by the pikemen first, and the pikes, a length of 5. A length of 6. So it'll be pretty good. It'll be able to hit things from quite far away. Now, what we'll want to do is we'll probably want to recruit some crossbowmen. Because let's have a look. The crossbowmen of Ulm are larger stock than ordinary humans and wear black steel plate cuirasses. They use heavy arbalists instead of crossbows. So now, an arbalest will only be able to fire once every 3 rounds. So that really is not a very high fire rate. But on the plus side, damage value of 15. Now that is fucking high. And they've also got a range of 45, so that's also very good. So anybody we can create? Master Smiths. The Master Smiths are responsible for the production of weapons and armour in Ulm. They instruct lesser smiths and the forges and enhance the armies of Ulm with their magical skills. Fear of magic is common in Ulm, and as a result, Master Smiths are the only ones permitted to use magic. Recently this led to a controversy with the emerging of the Iron Order. Some smiths have turned to the new cult, but most of them have tried to ignore the Black Priests. Because Ulm has few magical resources, Master Smiths have learned to create magical items very efficiently, thus requiring fewer magic gems to forge them. So let's see, start off with 1 fire, 2 earth, get a random magic skill, 20% chance of getting fire, air, earth or astral. They have 11 research ability, 2 fire resistant, mundane researcher. A researcher with this ability will not have his magic research hindered by the drain skill in any way. That is insane. So even though we have drain, it should minus everybody that researches by 3. These guys don't get affected by it. They will research at 11 no matter what. And even more if they have more magic skill. So they get a resource bonus of 10. Every new smith we get adds 10 resources to the new fort. It's a forge bonus of 2. What about these priest smiths? They are the same, except they will not. So with the emerging conflict between the Master Smiths and the Black Priest, some smiths accepted the new cult and became ordained as lowly priests of the Iron Faith. This made them accepted by the priests, but they lost influence in society, being considered cowards and turncoats. They have since found the means to imbue their craft with divine might. Their most accomplished work to date is the black halberd used by the guardians of the Keep of Ulm. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So they're the same, except instead of having a 20% chance of getting another level of magical skill, they get an extra priest level. Okay, so those guys, in our research, we're going to be looking at is it enchantment? Oh god, it's been far too long. So we're going to be wanting Iron Will, because Iron Will's really good. Tempering the will. Forces of Ulm have their strength of mind enhanced by magic. High magic of resistance. So, entire battlefield. It's an effect. Okay, so that just increases magic resistance for everyone on the field. And is an Ulm only, or at least, I think it's an Ulm only thing, because it's Forces of Ulm, because it's a blue thing. So that's good. That's like almost like an Ulm only thing. Here's what we want. Iron darts. The Black Priest throws darts of cold iron against his enemies. The iron and the anti-magic theurgy of the darts will severely hurt magical beings. That's really good. It won't... Now what we need there is we need level 1 Earth, level 1 Priest, which we get for our Priest Smiths. So that's good. Also we'll get Magma Bolts. 3 bolts of magma shoot towards the enemy at high speed. Anyone struck by a bolt will most likely die unless protected by very heavy armor. So, for that we need Earth 1 and Fire 1. So both of our smiths, the priest-smith and the normal smith, can both cast that spell. So in reality, both of them are going to be quite useful as combat mages. Now Blade Mage, oh dear, I apologise, I haven't fucking slept in about 5 days or something stupid. So we're not going to be able to get Blade Wind without getting quite lucky and getting a 20% chance of getting an extra Earth level, which is a little bit annoying. Iron Blizzard. The Black Priest throws a swarm of cold iron darts against his enemies, the iron blah blah, so they hurt magical beings. So the number of effects is 30. So the damage is 10 pierce damage. Okay, so does that mean it's 10 pierce damage and 10 magic damage? I think it might do. So it's armor piercing, so people with wearing armor doesn't really help. And it does times 2 damage versus magical beings. So it'll pierce armor, it'll do bonus damage versus magical beings, and there's going to be 30 of them in an Iron Blizzard. And it's still only Earth level 1 and Priest level 1. That's really good. And is there a different level? Okay, no, so there's not another level after that, but that's a level 6 evocation, that's quite far down. But we'll want Iron Darts level 3, so we'll start putting some things to evocation. Now, Alteration, we're going to want as well for, which one is it? It's one of the... See, we can't do Temper Flesh, so it only does one effect anyway. We want the one that enchants every unit on the battlefield. I'm trying to remember what's that. Smaller numbers of units increase strength. Earth Grip is really good. We do want Earth Grip, so we're going to be putting some points to Alteration anyway. Iron Skin, nope, that's not what we want. Nope, nope, nope. Destruction of the armor of several soldiers. That's also really good. Buy more. Skins of some soldiers transformed. Do we need any Earth Gems for that? No, we don't. Okay. But that's good as well. Come on, it's got to be around here somewhere. I can't actually see it. I'm sure that was part of the alteration thing. I thought there was like a global army version of Earthmite. But I might just be making that up. I can't actually remember. It's been a long time since I played this game. We'll find out later on. I think it's almost time to wrap this thing up. But yeah, so we're not going to bother researching thaumaturgy. I don't think. I mean, Tempering of the Will would be good, but we're already in a drained Dominion, and I don't plan on coming out of our Dominion for quite some time. So, Conjuration... don't think we need Conjuration that much. I'm seeing if there's any... so, Contact Iron Angel. Caster contacts an Iron Angel to teach the weak to be strong. The angel is a divine being professing the might of skill and craftsmanship. It teaches men not to trust in sorcery or religion. Only faith in yourself and the weapon you wield grant you strength. The Iron Angel is not sacred and will readily hunt down and slay fanatical adherents of other faiths. So it summons an Iron Angel commander. That could be quite useful, but I don't think we need that immediately. And of course, we'll want construction. There we are. Strength of Giants gives an entire squad. So it's actually enchantment that we'll want as well. Riches from beneath. It's a 5 Earth spell. I think we only have 4 Earth. It's okay, because if we get construction up as well, in fact we're going to be focusing on construction, and yep, I think that's about time to wrap this episode up, so yeah, there we go, there's the timer. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and I hope to get more episodes up soon, so again, thank you for watching, and goodbye.